Hey everybody, Anthony 4x4Diesel. Just thought I'd do another quick video, the final checks before the handover back to the customer when we've done some major repairs and stuff like that. We did one on a Prado. I thought I'd do one on a Hilux just to be something different. So it's a bit like if you look at our vehicle inspection, I think it's called service inspection playlist. We've got playlists there on our 4x4Diesel YouTube channel. It helps you look things up a bit easier than just searching whatever. At your end, I'm not sure, it might be. Apparently it's hard to search things just searching our channel, which I understand. There must be a way to do it. I mean, I can do it at my end, but yeah, your end might be different. I can find it quite easily, but one way around that is subscribe, turn the bell on, and when that one video per day comes out that evening, 10 minutes, give or take, whatever it is, just spend the 10 minutes to get yourself educated and you'll know, it'll be in your head and you won't have to search it when you need it. It's just already there, you know, don't miss it. So on this one, it's a Hilux, 2014, if I remember correctly. Yep, October 14 compliance, or built, whatever, one or the other. And last of the best. It's done fairly low Ks, if I remember correctly. I think it only done about 160K, something like that. I could be wrong about that. This is the one that had the hose rubbing. If you missed that, it's in another video, so just check everyone's checking their Hiluxes. But so we reworked that a bit, enough to, we can't really work out why. It's a bit odd that it's sitting the way it's sitting. But it all looks original. I don't know why, but it's got enough clearance there now. It's not going to rub, so everybody just keep an eye on that. So there you go. That just saved you an aircon pipe. So I think it's worth subscribing and turning the bell on, isn't it? Now, so we've done injector replacement, EJAR clean, all that related work, BFE job. So the big front BFE, let's cover a few things for the new people that haven't seen this sort of stuff yet. Don't know what I'm talking about. BFE isn't bacon and freaking eggs or bacon fried eggs or anything like that. It's the big front engine job, not big front end. Front end's your suspension, big front engine. This is your engine. It's the front of the engine. It's a big job, big front engine job. That's what I invented. That's why I called it that. There's a whole bunch of things included in that kit that pretty much covers everything that turns on the front of your engine, belts, bearings, all that sort of stuff, some hydraulic item, whatever. Not your alternator, you don't change that until it leaks. So of course you're gonna have a new water pump down in there. We converted over from the one piece to the two piece pump so that if it ever leaks again, you don't have to do that massive job that you've got to do on some of the vehicles, like most of all the Hiluxes and that. A few variables there, and it depends if it's been worked on before and what's happened. But look, big work's done. What we do at the end of our big jobs, we do a 20K plus road test in our workshop for any big jobs like that, particularly the injector job. It's a big job. You spend hours and hours doing it. We've done heaps of them, hundreds of them or thousands, whatever it is, I don't know. And at the end of the day, that light's not on, is it? At the end of the day, I prefer it when the light's on. So we've sorted that out. At the end of the day, you want to do a really good drive and even another road test, like, because see the coolant, some people say it is over full. I'd rather give it back to someone over full than under full. This is what happens, right? If I fill it up, you can get a bit of air in there and there needs to be a number of warm-up cycles. If I fill it up, that's the correct full level there. Low's down here, full's there. I don't mind going to the seam. This is a little bit over. All that's going to happen when it gets really hot, it's going to push the excess out and it's going to end up at the correct level. Or it's going to stay a bit over, where if we have it under and it drops down a bit more, then it's under, and then you've got to go, oh, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm going to have it over and I'm going to tell you in videos what I'm doing. It's a little bit over. Right, it was obviously higher than that to bleed it. B, see, B. See the B word? Right, not the C word, the B word. Anyway, so that's sort of something that we do that you can keep an eye on and go, yep. But the point is, once you've done those big drives and you do your final check, what am I looking at? Okay, I want to look at, it's never happened to us before, but it does happen to people, particularly mainly with other makes and models. But when you're putting the valve cover back on, maybe, let's say there was a cut in manufacturing in the gasket. I've had other things before, like an oil filter with a seal, that you couldn't see the cut. It wasn't until oil pressure hit it that it forced oil out at an extremely fast rate. Turned out it was like something like a razor blade must have run through that seal on that oil filter. You can imagine the mess, full synthetic oil all over the floor, bada bing. Right here, that was on this workshop floor. Anyway, long time ago. So see that valve cover there? There's a possibility that that valve cover gasket could have been faulty and it's got a cut in it. Or when we put it on, there's always the chance, it's never happened, that we caught it on something and it sort of pulled it out and it wasn't sitting in place properly and it leaked. So have a good look down here for any oil leaks. Shouldn't be any oil leaks. You can check again for cracks in the valve cover in case it cracked later. Check these clamps here and there's any oil leaks or what looks like any boost pressure leaks at those clamps, make sure they're looking good. No, it looks good. No oil coming down this side of the intercooler from that gasket there because we don't touch it. Don't touch that gasket. There you go for the new people. Don't ring me. The phone doesn't ring. It's a text message service only. Okay, it's text messages only. It's not a tech hotline. I've got this problem. We've got our Facebook groups for that. Keep watching videos. Get yourself educated. Get on the Facebook groups. Text only Monday morning for those parts kits. Check the playlist, how to buy my kits. There's always going to be more updated videos. So some of the prices might be a little bit out, but I've managed to keep them down pretty well. So it's good value for money. You won't get a better value for money. Injector kit, BFE kit, front wheel bearings with access in the VIP groups and all those videos. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing another BFE job. I'm going to try and spend the time to really video it well. And of course, that's the sort of thing that's in the VIP group with a bit more information than what we had last time. So it's a bit harder to check things with the cover off. So obviously the inspection, we do an inspection before we put this cover on, but now that that's on, there's a lot of things we can't check there. So what I'm saying to you is, don't put this cover on when you finish works on the vehicle until you're happy with your inspection. But this is more of a what we've got left. This is the final. This is the last time I'm going to look under this bonnet before I give the vehicle back. MAF sensor's plugged in. This little clip's plugged in. You can see where everyone's levered and butchered it. There's a hole to get in there and just release the clips, people. Just do that, please. To release these clips, you just push to that little tab there. You just push it that way like that. And then this slides up while you hold it release. Same with this one. That little grey clip there, you just push that tab in there and that slides off. These never break, well in Victoria anyway. Coolant temperature sensor there, water pumps there. It's been washed down. Once it drives a bit, obviously that'll smooth up again. All new bearings in those pulleys, new belt, new timing belt. You can see it's all written there in nice neat handwriting. Not mine, there you go. It wasn't one for 60k, it was 150k, right? So what an awesome vehicle, a 2014 that's just had injectors done, that's just had the BFE done. I mean, this is a good vehicle, right? Last of the best. Okay, always looking around here for things like, you know, fuel leaks. You're not going to get it because look, new fuel pipes. See those shiny new fuel pipes? The clamps are there. Check for leaks at your, same thing there, like the other side of the intercooler. Any oil leaks there, any drips? No, can't see anything. Keep an eye on that. You never know at a later date. If it does leak a little bit, just nip them up a little bit more. Because I know you don't want to over tighten them, but you don't want to leave them loose either. So it's a bit of a balance, you know, and it takes a bit of practice to get them right, I guess. So with new injectors, it says in the workshop manual, when replacing the injector, you must replace the fuel pipe. They're the fuel pipes right there, right? There's 4 fuel pipes to get replaced. You can see 3 there, the other ones at the back here. Yeah, they're a bit of a mission to get in place, but once you've got a lot of things pulled off out of the way, not too bad. Just keep watching the injector information playlist for more information on injector replacement. You want to really get yourself educated before you make any decisions on when you're going to do that. I'm not here to sell you injector kit. It doesn't bother me. I'm busy. I'll unsell you injector kit as easy as I could sell you one. Pros and cons for injector kits, right? Okay. Well, at the moment, you can get new injectors. The day, I believe, will come where you can't get new ones. So it's kind of get them while you can. And from us, of course, you're only going to get brand new, genuine, fresh injectors. You're not going to get any other brands, any reman, any overseas option, whatever, that'll work, but it's not quite right. It's just going to be quite right with new pipes, the whole kit, everything you need. VIP group, access for backup. You're going to be with over 1,000 people. I'll just give you an example, right? So on Monday, how many injector kits were there? I don't know, I've lost count. Let's say, so for every, say, 20 injector kits, there's probably 5 people join the VIP group, right? It's just ridiculous. Like, there's 15 out of 20 people, right, that haven't got the right information, and they're going in there, and I'm getting returns. So you got to return your old injectors, free contamination check, and some lend items. We lend you 5 items in the kit that need to be returned. And basically, I'm getting them back. I'm getting all these, it happens a lot, black caps, filthy black caps, right? And guess what? As soon as I see that, I go, hang on, let's just quickly run through. I know we're off topic here, but it's all important. This is what I mean. You just got to keep listening, right? Now, let's just run through this, right? So you've done your injectors. So you've pulled it apart. The caps that have kept the common rail down there, right? Where those fuel lines going down the bottom, right? See down the bottom there? See where those, right? So you want a clean engine bay to start off with. You've just removed your fuel pipes. Supposedly everything's clean. You need to get yourself some clean hands, some clean red caps, and put it on your common rail because it's clean. That's the idea of capping it, to keep it clean. Right, now, continue with the job. You pull it all apart. Maybe it gets messy cleaning a manifold. Maybe it doesn't. And then you clean it all up again, and you clean your hands before you put it together because you're putting injectors in that need to be clean, and valve covers on, all these things we just talked about. It needs to be clean. Clean everything, clean, clean, clean. I'm not even going to say it again. Am I clean? And then you're putting your fuel. See these shiny, new, clean fuel pipes right here, right? See them? Yeah, you got them, yeah? Happy days, nice and clean. So tell me how, if you've got clean hands to put clean fuel pipes on your clean injectors and your clean common rail that you had capped, how is it those red caps are getting filthy black? I just don't get it, because everything should be clean. So all the people that have sent me back dirty black caps, you lot are grots. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, mate, when you got problems with your car, your injectors, or, you know, I've done the injectors and now it's making this noise, or it's still making this noise, or it's, mate, we've got a big question mark on your job because you didn't do it the way the book said. You know what I mean? So stop. Join the VIP group if you're a client. 4x4 Diesel VIPs, you've got to answer the 3 questions, just like any of our other Facebook groups, right? You know, factory is like that, but I don't like it because it sticks up. It's in your face. I like to put it down like that, right? We change your fuel filter as well. So check fuel filter. Make sure it's all done up to the correct place. Make sure it's sitting in. Make sure the plugs are on. Check your all your coolant hoses, no leaks there. All your clamps and hoses, everything's sitting in the correct direction, the way they're designed. So basically, you're looking for leaks deterioration. Whatever you do, don't forget that bottom bolt there. See that one there? Make sure that's tight on the E-jar cooler there. The bolts on the E-jar cooler at that end. The plugs, the common rail plug down the bottom there on the common rail. You'll know if you forget that. Don't forget and leave any other tools or anything under the engine bay like people do. No, nothing here. Just his rag, not ours. It's his rag. I don't like leaving rags under engine bays. Battery terminals on all the way. So this is what we're checking for. We want to check for leaks, you know. Particular, let's have a look here again, because everybody, you know about the map filter. This is going to have a new one. I don't know. It's up there somewhere. I can't see because, like I said, the cover's in the way. Right, it's going to be going behind there. The line should be behind. It should be about here somewhere, but yeah, it's just a bit. There it is, right there. Right. See that line there? You kind of can't push it on all the way because it kinks it a bit too much. So just beware of that. But that line can come off if you've got oil in there, and then you'll lose boost. So again, see information for just hanging around. Anyway, these are the sorts of things we check. Just have a good look around. It doesn't cost you anything to take an extra 10 minutes, have a really good look around. If it's your vehicle and you're going on a trip and you just worked on it, or you don't want to give it back to, you know, you got to give it back to another family member. So there you go, job's all done and they're going to break down, mate. You won't be allowed to work on the car again anyway. So happy to save you some money, but you just need to slow down, clean up the act a bit, final checks, double check everything at the end. If you got any issues, use our Facebook groups, put photos, put videos, write clearly, put the vehicle details, the year, the kilometers, everything. If I skim through, I regularly check a couple times a day, only takes 5 or 10 minutes. If I see something that hasn't got the info I need, I just move on to the next one, right? So you need to put the info there. If you don't get a response from me within a day or two, you can tag me if you like. Doesn't mean I'm going to see it because I get lots of notifications, tags and whatever. But I've got to tell you, out of anybody you know online that provides information, you know, not that I'm famous or anything, but, you know, all these busy people that, you know, you don't hear or see from any of them on their YouTube channels and stuff like that. You don't. Just choking to death here, but anyway, you don't hear from them. They're busy. They just do their YouTube videos and they, you know, cha-ching, cha-ching, they make their money and they're out of there. The idea of our channel is to help people, to educate people. It's not, you know, you make a little bit of money from it, but it's not about making the money. I said I can work in the workshop, make more money in a day than I can in the YouTube channel from a month. So the point is, I'm there, I'm reading the comments. As long as it's not a mile long, pretty much every comment on the YouTube channel I do read. I'm not going to respond to all of them. I'll respond to the odd one, depends how much time I've got. I'll quickly zip through. I'll spend 5 minutes once or twice a day, right? So this all adds up. I'm probably putting in, let's just say I'm putting in an hour a day. So haven't you got 10 minutes a day to listen? Maybe you should join the group, read some of the comments, get yourself educated. Point is, you'll see replies there from me. So tell me what other workshop. Let's just use an example, right? So let's get, remember the old these diesel group, you know, when Matt was there, you know, he did a fair bit, but I don't know whether he, you know, answered comments. Let's go to bury my diesel, right? Anyway, Andrew, you know, like, do you think he's on Facebook or on the YouTube comments? Do you think he's there answering? No, mate, there's no one there, or there's someone that's paid to do the job. I'm actually there answering, you know what I mean? Like, you think Simon Christie's on his Facebook or his YouTube answering all the comments on the YouTube channel? You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen. I'm actually there answering, you know what I mean? Like, not flat out, it's not a full-time job, but I spend some time to listen and communicate with you people. So it's a bit different, right? It's not what everyone else is doing. So anyway, whatever. You get the picture here. We've done an inspection. We checked it all out. We didn't do a service. We'll probably top up the power steering a little bit. It's not too bad. Cold minimum, cold maximum. So it's 60% of the way of where it could be. We could put a couple pumps in there though, but we're not doing a service here. So that's what you're checking, those last nuts and bolts. No nuts and bolts left on the bench is good, but as you put this job back together, you got to stop at a few stages and go, have I done that? Yeah, and then move to the next stage. Break it up into stages. Anyway, bada bing, up to you. Hit the like button if you learned something here, and catch you on the next video. See ya.